Hi everyone, and welcome to this quick tutorial of the jazz standard What's New. This tutorial is perfect for anyone who loves learning jazz, or particularly if you struggle with reading music notation, this could be helpful for you. The key I've chosen is in G major. If this isn't within your key, it's actually still fine to learn it in this key and then transpose it into a more comfortable range. My jazz chart might look a little different from yours or from someone else's, but these are the changes I've chosen to work with. You'll see that I have the title here. My score that I'm working with right now is a 2-page score, and you'll see down the bottom it has my outro that I've chosen to work with. We won't learn that today, we're just going to focus on page 1. You'll also see that it is a ballad feel. A ballad is a slow love song. On the right you will see the names Bob Haggart and Johnny Burke. They are our composer and our lyricist. Bob Haggart was a double bassist who wrote a number of the songs from the American Songbook. He played with Bob Crosby, and you'll probably be familiar with Crosby because he had 7 children and his 4th one was Bing Crosby, the famous crooner. Johnny Burke was a lyricist who also had a number of songs in the American Songbook. So let's just quickly go through the symbols that we see. We've got our title, our lyricist and composer, we have our feel, we have our sections as well. So I have a 4-bar intro written in, and then I have an A section, which is 8 bars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then I have a second A section, meaning that the next 4 bars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, are exactly the same as the previous 8 bars, except they have different lyrics and a slight change in that last bar in the 8th of the second A. Then you have a B section. B sections typically are the same amount of bars, but it might be slightly different rhythmically or melodically or both. In this situation, the B section is got a very similar rhythmic pattern, however the melody is up much higher. And then we finally finish with our C section, which is 8 bars, which again is very similar to our A sections. However, in this last bar, it adds a turnaround to back to the beginning. So let's start by learning the melody and the rhythm of the A section. I'm going to start with rhythm because, as you see, there's a lot of different symbols here. We have a lot of dotted notes, we have a triplet, we've got a lot of holds into next bar. We're going to just focus in on these 8 bars and work from there. We start in the bar before, we have a upbeat, and the upbeat starts on beat 3. So we go 1, 2, tam, ti, right? Before we go into beat 1. Okay, I'm going to read through these. You can just watch or you can say along with me. If you don't say the exact same words as I do, that's totally fine too. You're also welcome to clap. 1, 2, tam, ti, hold. 2, 3, 4, rest. Triple T, 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 hold. 2, 3, 4, rest. T, 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 ta, 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 rest. T, 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 ta, ta, T, 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 T. 1, 2, tam, T. So how did you go? Hopefully you did well. Let's just do that one more time. You can also read the words. This time I'm going to read the words with the rhythm, which sometimes is tricky because you're looking at words and rhythm at the same time. Now you will notice that as I go through this rhythmic reading, I'm not going to be swinging anything. I'm reading straight, and I'm just going to count these held words, okay? 1, 2, what's new? 2, 3, 4, 1, how is the world treating you? 2, 3, 4, 1, you haven't changed a bit. 2, 3, 4, 1, lovely as ever, I must admit. 2, 3, 1, 2, what's new? Let us now move to melody. The first thing you need to note is we are in the key of G major. That means that there is a F sharp whenever we play an F. The first note is an F sharp, and then we go to the G. You can sing along, you can just listen, it's up to you, but I'm going to go a little slower. So here we go. 1, 2. What's new? How is the world treating you? You have changed a bit. Lovely as ever, I must admit. How did you go? Let's do that all again. And if you didn't sing the first time, this is your opportunity to sing along this time. Go. F sharp. 1, 2. What's new? How is the world treating you? You haven't changed a bit. Lovely as ever, I must admit. A big challenge with this song is this phrase right here, how is the world treating you? Because of this B natural, it's so hard to pitch and sing correctly. So let's just go over it a few times. How is the world treating you? Let's just go over the treating you, that chromatic little movement there. Treating you, 2 more times. Treating you, 1 more time. Treating you. Let's sing the whole phrase. How is the world treating you? All right, guys, it is now time to sing with the chord changes. We're going to sing as I badly play the chords. Here we go. 1, 2. What's new? How is the world treating you? You haven't changed a bit. Lovely as ever, I must admit. All right, guys, it's your turn. I'm just gonna play the chords and you are gonna sing 1, 2, what's? How did you go, guys? All right, so the great news is that we have learned 3/4 of the song once we learn the different words. Now this A section, these A bars are exactly the same as the next 8 bars, except for the pitch here and the words. So let's just read the words. What's new? How did that romance come through? We haven't met since then. Gee, but it's nice to see you again. What's new? How did that romance come through? We haven't met since then. Gee, but it's nice to see you again. And as you notice, I totally botched this come through, but that's okay. All right, so we've got A, first A, second A. Let's actually go to C because it's exactly the same except for this last bar and it's just got different words. So let's start with this adieu. But just take note that the dew is actually the dew. Sorry, my accent. The dew is right on that beat 1, unlike before where it comes before the beat. And if you don't know what I'm saying, just listen. Okay. So I'm going to ignore these notes here and go 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's just see what happens. And then when we get to love you so, we're going to stop and then just do this last bar. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, adieu. Pardon my asking what's new. Of course you couldn't know. I haven't changed, I still love you so. Okay, stop. To finish off, we need to look at this last bar. Look what what's left of. Wow, that's so fun to sing. Let's sing with the chords. Look what's left of. Again. Look what's left of. So we've got T, 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 1, 2, look what's left of. Let's do that rhythm again. T, 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 1, 2, la, ta, ta, ta. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Still love you so. Look what left of. Woo! There we go. Can we sing the C section? Remember that these 3 notes we're just ignoring for now, and we're coming in on beat 4. 1, 2, 3. Adieu. Pardon my asking what's new. Of course you couldn't know. I haven't changed. I still love you so. Look what's left of. Yes. Okay, guys. We have learned the first A section, second A section, and the C section. It is time to learn the B section, and then we've finished. The great news is the rhythm is almost exactly the same. Woohoo! But the melody is totally different. I did make the decision to write this whole song up the octave. I'm actually singing an octave lower than what's written here. So don't be completely freaked out if you see how high this high B in a C. Don't worry, we're not singing up there. But it's actually B4 and C5. Okay, so I'm just going to play it for you. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. 4. Let's sing through with lyric now. Here we go. What's new? Probably I'm boring you, but seeing you is grand, and you were sweet to offer your hand. I understand. Adieu. How did you go? Now, please ignore that I'm singing through phrases. I'm not focusing on that right now. It is time to sing from the top. Your first note is an F sharp to a G. Here we go. 1, 2. What's new? How is the world treating you? You haven't changed a bit. Lovely as ever, I must admit. What's new? How did that romance come through? We haven't met since then. Gee, but it's nice to see you again. Here we go. What's new? Probably I'm boring you, but seeing you is grand, did you guys go? And then you go back up to the beginning. To finish us off, we are going to do a few things where firstly, I'm going to play it through in a minute with just the chords and you're going to sing it by yourself. But before you do, I want you to take a really good look at the lyric. You should never just sing a song. You should try and decide what that song means to you, what can you bring to the lyric, and how do you interpret it. So let's just think, what is happening in this story? There's clearly been a breakup and feelings of loss. So what is new? How's the world treating you? You haven't changed it a bit. Lovely as ever, I admit. So this person's obviously had this feelings for another person, perhaps an ex-boyfriend or girlfriend, and they have broken up and that other person has had another relationship. You're asking about it. Like, did it end up working out for you? But it's so nice to see you. What's new? I'm probably boring you, but seeing you is just so grand and you were so sweet to help me and I understand. Pardon my asking what's new. Of course you couldn't know. I haven't changed because I still love you so. It is so sweet and it's got sadness in it and a lot of lost love, but a little bit of hope as well. Like, how are you feeling? Can we improve on that? So see what you can bring to the table. It is now your time to sing, and I have a jazz chart up so you don't have to listen to my terrible playing. I'm going to help you in with those first two notes, and then I'm going to stop singing. So here we go. What's new? 1, 2. What's new? Look what's left of. How did you go, guys? Did you get through that tricky B section? You will probably have to go through that with the changes a few times. I use AABA and import my charts from there. And then I can play around with improvising the melody or the changes to be exactly what I want. And you can do this song in different feels as well and not just have it as a slow ballad. If you're interested in learning the changes, check out my other video, which is What's New Bassline, which could really help solidify your knowledge of this song. But until next time, happy singing. Are you passionate about singing? If the answer is yes, then be sure to subscribe to the Happy Singing channel where I try to make singer stuff super simple. Every month, new videos are launched focusing on singing and its devices. So hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on information which could help you become a better singer.